Hi everyone! For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Jess and I am part of I have a very toxic family. I have narcissistic parents and a sister, and this channel is all about how I'm handling trying to move on with my life, having found this out about a year ago, and yeah, just how to move on. And today something has come up, and I have received literally just an hour ago, I found in my mailbox a package from my sister. Oh, and right on cue, here's my buddy Jack. Hi, sweetie. I haven't heard from my sister. I haven't had anything in the mail from her for over a year. And just a bit of a backstory, the last thing I got from my sister was actually a tax return, which she wanted me to sign, which was fraudulent. It was for a legal situation we were in, and I won't go into that now. I'm hoping to go into that in another video. But that was the last thing I heard from her directly in the mail. And since then we've been corresponding through lawyers, and basically she is extremely angry with me because I exposed she was stealing money from a family member. I'll put it that way, from a vulnerable family member, and we were in charge of looking after the money. She's extremely angry with me about that. I have never had any other disagreement with my sister. She's older than me, a couple of years older. She's always been in charge. I've always been very compliant. So this is the first time that I've actually stood up to her when I found out about what she'd been doing. And so she's mad at me. Whew, I wanted to film this because I wanted to talk about the emotional and physiological effects of dealing with strongly narcissistic people. And so one of the things I'm having right now is I'm having anxiety because I'm going to open this package and I am scared about what it's going to say. So anyway, so I have this package, and it's an Amazon package, and it's got 2 books in it. And it looks very much like the 2 books that I had ordered for my eldest niece's birthday. It's her 18th birthday coming up in just a couple of weeks, and I wanted to send her something that she could use and might appreciate and might be useful. Last year I sent cards and some checks. Well, I have 2 nieces, sorry, so I'd sent a card and a check to each of them for, sorry, we don't need that. Thanks, Jack. He's a sweetheart. Thanks, buddy. So I'd sent checks and cards, but the checks were never cashed. So I assumed that my sister was trying to send me the message there that my presence as an aunt was no longer wanted or required. No surprise there. So basically she's cutting me off from my nieces. So my eldest niece now is going to be 18 in a couple of months, so it's completely inappropriate for her to be controlling that relationship. I've always had a good relationship with my nieces, and it just shows again how much narcissistic people want to control everything. And she's so angry with me because I have disobeyed her, or I've gone against her. Basically I've exposed her for some really nasty things that she's done, and she's pretty angry. So looks like she has returned the box, the books, I should say, the box with the books in it. And this could be a complete anticlimax. It could just be the books, which is fine. I guess for me, I'm concerned if there's a letter in there, and if so, what it says. And I thought about not opening this immediately. I had letters and parcels from my parents in the last year, which sometimes it took me a couple of months to get up the courage to open them. But this one, I want to move on. I don't want it to hang over me, and I don't want to have it sitting around the house and thinking about what it may or may not say. So I just want to open it and move on. And trying to work with myself and my confidence, and just I want to challenge myself to just open this, not have too much of an emotional reaction, because I know that I have a good life. I'm happy. I'm well away from them. And I'm doing okay. So they can't hurt me. They can't get to me. They're in a different country. I'm a long distance away from them. And so I want to work on this fight or flight anxiety. So right now, my heart rate is definitely up. I'm a little bit shaky. I'm definitely nervous. So let's do it. Let's just see what happens here. Hopefully it's just nothing. And bear with me whilst I fight with the... Let's just dispense with any pleasantries. Okay, so we have the gift. And just one note. Would you like to read it? I don't know if you can see that, or whether it would be, I'll need to reverse it. Not welcome here, leave us all alone. Just need to breathe for a minute. Hi, Jack. on changing the subjects whilst I gather my thoughts. Having animals around has helped me so much. So if you are recovering from a narcissistic relationship and maybe you're on your own, just any kind of buddy really, really helps. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Anyway, not welcome here, leave us all alone. It's written by my sister, and actually I'm quite happy with what she said. It's not, there's nothing in there that is too much of an attack on my personality, or my person. Normally it would get quite personal, and you know, she would have a go at me. And also what I was really worried about was that it would be a letter from my niece saying, leave me alone. And that would have been the hardest thing for me, because this is the hardest thing. It breaks my heart. Thinking about my nieces being brought up by someone like my sister. Thank God my brother-in-law is really nice, but he's just no match for her. I know what it's like to have narcissistic parents, and I had two, and it was a nightmare. They have one, just my sister, just their mother. But she is on a level of her own in terms of her nastiness. I mean, to steal money from a vulnerable family member is just, as far as I'm concerned, is off the charts, and I don't think that's something my parents would have done. So, as far as I'm concerned, my sister is pretty bad. But it just breaks my heart that my poor nieces are stuck in growing up in that kind of toxic environment, and I can't help. And I want so much to help. I want them to know that they're not alone. I want them to know that what she does and the way she acts and how she controls them is not okay. I want them to know what healthy relationships are like. And I want them to know that they have someone if they ever need me. So that's why I sent this gift. That's why, sorry, thanks Jax. I knew that I wouldn't get anything back from my niece. I wasn't expecting it to be returned. On the plus side, let's lighten this up a bit. I'm quite amused that my sister has had to spend so much money sending this to me. I didn't pay for postage. I just paid for for the books, and I'm quite amused that she's had to pay as much to send them back to me. And by the way, I want to tell you what the books are because I really love them. This one, again, might be backwards. I might have to see if I can figure it out. But The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. It's an absolutely beautiful book. And I'm actually really excited now. I have a copy. And it was a notebook, a journal, a Taylor Swift journal. Taylor, if you're out there and you can get a message to my niece, I can't give names, unfortunately, but she's a big fan of this. I just hope one day I can get back in touch with my niece, and I hope that she knew that I sent them. I hope that she knows deep down that I do care. I really hope my sister hasn't told her any lies about me, but I can't control that. Will I keep sending things? I don't know. What do you guys do? How do you deal with it? How do you deal with not being able to keep in touch with the people who you want to, the people who you want to support, people you love, people you know are stuck in this toxic environment? I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know if you have any ideas. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this moment. It really helped. I'm feeling good now. The shakes have gone. I faced my fear. I'm gonna burn some of this stuff, but not the books. Quite happy I've got the books. Take care. I'll see you next time. Lots of love.